Hi, everyone. Welcome to SEEN, the Spiritual and Extraterrestrial Experiencers Network. My name is Donna M. Atwood, and I'm the founder of SEEN. And today we're going to discuss Elohim. Elohim is also known as the Prime Creator, God, Mother, Father God, etc. And Elohim is today, right now, all around our world and around the universe, reuniting with people everywhere. Perhaps most interestingly of all is that within each of us are several infinitesimally small sparks of Elohim. So during the ascension process, Elohim will, at some inconvenient time, let every human being on earth know that there is someone inside of them. And this goes for everybody. And I can honestly say that this has happened to me, and it's a pretty wild experience. So that's literally what ascension is all about. It's about finding out that the prime creator is literally everywhere. So the prime creator, or Elohim, or Mother, Father, God, is literally inside of people's apartments, inside of their stomachs, inside of their workplaces. Mother, Father, God is literally everywhere. So you remember Santa Claus? Excuse me, how he knows who's naughty or nice? Well, that's exactly what Elohim is capable of. Elohim is capable of knowing whether or not someone is evil um, or naughty. So, for example, we would be talking about like Nazi Germany or terrorist organizations, or someone who's nice, who's basically overall loving and filled with kindness, which really is at the core of most people. And of course, we're all two sides of the same coin, no doubt about that. But what I'm really referring to is someone's overall temperament, their overall character, and their overall behavior. So each and every personality is actually a fractal of Elohim, regardless of what they say or do. Therefore, it is up to each and every one of us to decide basically which side we're on. So, are we on the side of love, kindness, and light, or are we on the side of, fear, hatred, and darkness? Naturally, this decision is an adult or grown up decision, but I'm sure you already know that most people are aware even before they hit adulthood where they fall on this continuum. And it is a continuum, by the way, but there is a point where there's a definite split. Another important point to make is that achieving ascension will take people further into one of these two realms. So further into the love, kindness, light, or further into the fear, hatred, darkness. And I can attest to this. This is true. I recently found out from Archangel Michael or Michael that I have achieved ascension, and of course I was so thrilled. I put out a video, two videos actually recently about that. Um, and so since that time, I have noticed an uptick in experiencing, new experiences, some new strange but wonderful experiences related to, being on the love and light side of things. So it's pretty cool. I have to tell you, it's definitely not boring. At times, it's not for the faint of heart, but it's been a beautiful and an amazing experience, just truly almost magical. So I'm sure it's apparent by now that just to be super clear here, I definitely choose infinite love and light, for the rest of my unending existence. So that's the choice I have made. I am happy with my choice. I do understand that one day when I pass away from this particular physical existence here on Earth, that my energy will live on, and I will go on from there. um, so part of this, I have another very amazing thing to tell you. This is just kind of mind-blowing, but this whole message today, it's just shocking me, but I'm just going to tell you the truth. This message was a directed message through me, Donna M. Atwood, and directed by Elohim himself. I know it seems like, wait, what? Prior to this, except I think maybe starting yesterday, I understood that I was hearing from Elohim directly. But today, usually when you know, I'm getting ready to make a video, or I'm writing in my book. I am writing a book right now. I often will receive channeled messages, and sometimes the messages are just for me to learn for myself. Okay, and those messages almost always come from archangels Michael or Michael, and or Uriel, um, also the Christ consciousness and the consciousness of Abdul Baha. Those are the four entities I hear from the most. I do also hear from archangels Raphael and Gabriel. Um, but I was astonished today when I heard that this was from Elohim. I knew something was very different today because I had to really, really, really like lean in and listen very, very, very hard. Like, and as I always do, if it's for my book, I'm either typing things in from them directly, usually the archangels. Up to this point, it's always been the archangels. Um, or I'll write it out. I might write it out, especially if it's for me personally. I'll write it out. I was stunned when I heard that this uh, that this was from Elohim directly. Like I said, it was really hard to hear him. It was a very, very faint voice. He was super patient with me. So, if I was writing out a sentence, he would say, "No, now go back. Okay, yeah, this is what," and then, "Okay, next paragraph." And I mean, it was just as if it was the archangels. But I really had to listen. It was a very, 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 very faint whisper. So that was interesting. Elohim also told me that this process that I've been going through does always begin with other entities. So, for example, like I just said, typically it's the archangels, Michael, Uriel, and then also the Christ consciousness and the consciousness of Abdul Baha. Those are my main sources. And then after that, again, Raphael, Gabriel, and then I guess at some point you move on to Elohim, and I would imagine I will still hear from the archangels. At least I hope so. I love them dearly. I have a nice, beautiful relationship with them, but of course I love Elohim too. Um, and something happened last night. I have some fingers that I have a little bit of arthritis in. I have a finger that was broken and it kind of didn't heal fully right, and I felt the energy moving around my body in different parts, but it was also really focused in my both of my hands. And so as I started looking at them, and I could actually see like little bitty sparkles, little bitty tiny sparkles. And Elohim told me today that this is because this is Elohim in the ascended human's activated light body. So I did not know that at all. I did not know that until about, I don't know, a couple of hours ago. So I wanted to share that with you. These have been my experiences. And I was asked to, share this with you, today. So I was happy to do so. And so thank you all very much for watching this video today. I really do appreciate having you with me. And I would love to hear your stories. If you have some interesting, amazing, and what you feel to be unusual spiritual stories, I would love to hear them. If you don't mind sharing them in the comments, I would very much love to hear from you. And again, my name is Donna M. Atwood, and I'm the founder of SEEN, the Spiritual and Extraterrestrial Experiencers Network. Thank you so much and take care. Bye bye.